Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Liana, Holistic Intimacy Coach. Welcome back to my channel. Here, I help you get your orgasmic intimacy. I want to announce a single women's event, and it's not for, dating with guys, blind dates and so on. It's actually with looking at our single life, bachelorette life, and the stuff that happens while we're dating and maybe seeking a partner, and how we navigate that in a better way. As you all know, I'm an intimacy coach, so I look at our sexual expression, where we want to take our sexuality and erotic expression to, whether we're single, whether we're dating, whether we're committed, whether we're in menopause, or whether we're still fertile. So no matter what the context is, I look at ourselves, what is going on right now, where we want it to go, and how we get there. So getting a partner is not necessarily my topic. I don't look at seduction much, not because I don't believe in it. I look at in the moment, in the middle of the moment, how you show up in your truest power and in the best way possible for you at that time. However, a lot of women that seek coaching, actually, they are bachelorettes and they have a lot of adventures in bachelorette land. A lot of those lead to not so healthy experiences. A lot of those lead to not so happy outcome. And I told myself, okay, this is a topic that is really repetitive. I'm guessing there's a lot of people out there, both men and women, who are single. So I want to do this event, and I'm going to share with you in a minute what the event is about, to help women in the way that I can. So we're going to look at the here and now. The event is happening in Bucharest, Romania, Southeastern Europe. So that's on a Friday, my time zone, morning. We're going to spend about 5 hours looking at what? First of all, the reoccurring patterns that I've had of people coming to coaching. There are about 3 patterns, like main patterns, in which I can subtract all of those too, and that's what I'm going to work with. And we're going to look at potential situations that come up in those 3 patterns and how we react, how we used to react, what might be alternative ways of reacting, and how we navigate. Yes, we're looking at what happens right now in the dating scene, how people basically understand relating, how many people are willing to commit into relationships, what people understand nowadays with the technological breakthrough, with all the dating apps and the dating market. I'm going to call it like it is. And the sex market, which is not the sex worker market or the exploiting people market. No. It's the dating sex market nowadays. And we're going to look at why people tend to choose what they choose and how we navigate all of that. What are the alternatives? I'm not going to give recipes, or I'm not going to give advice, and I certainly don't encourage anybody who attends my events to give others advice, because you just don't know what their entire life is, how much, like any decision, any advice that you give to somebody, they will have to live with the consequences. And living with consequences, whether it's positive or negative ones, isn't easy. And when somebody takes an advice or copy pastes a model from somebody else, and then is faced with a lot of unknowns, because nobody shares 100% what's going on in their life. And they shouldn't either. It's their personal life, But when you copy paste somebody else's model, and stuff comes up that, wow, you never knew, like situations, decisions that you need to take, what those decisions imply for you, and how much you have to change, and how much you have to hold up, hold space for on a daily basis, how much it affects your other relationships, like your family, social circles, sometimes even your workplace. Yeah. All of that is not easy to really understand. That's why I never give advice, and I never encourage anybody to give advice. In my country, there are a lot of people who just seek advice, and there are a lot of Facebook groups where they get free advice. So, that's not the crowd that I'm looking for, and that's not the kind of woman that I look for. That I can't hold space for that. I just can't tell somebody, oh, you should do this, this, and that. No. We gotta open our perspectives, and that's what I want to bring to this, like a truly, genuinely strategic and wider perspective. I'm not saying it's complete, because there are many things that maybe I'm missing too, and I don't know. But I want to bring in a wider perspective and a wider glance at the dynamic. And including the not so beautiful one where maybe you don't find anybody. Okay, maybe you do. That's the positive scenario. Maybe you keep navigating situations like that, or maybe you just don't find anybody for yourself. And let me reassure you, I'm looking at all of these perspectives for myself. Yes, deep down in my heart, I feel that we all can find, myself included, the perfect match. And I'm not saying humanly perfect, I'm just saying a perfect match. Okay, the best match possible for us. But maybe, because I don't know it all, I just act on feelings, but sometimes things don't turn out as I want them to. So we're going to work with the worst case scenario, not to gloom everybody, but to really prepare and to really extract resources and more power for ourselves. So not power over others, but for ourselves. This is not going to be, it's a 5-hour workshop. It's not going to be your typical workshop where I tell you what women want, polarity, divine feminine, divine masculine. I do believe in those, but I want to look at the here, now. That's the highest form of spirituality, and that's the highest form of personal growth. In the here and now, with all kinds of situations, how do I react? Am I resourceful? Am I equipped well enough for all of these situations? And if I'm not, how do I hold space for myself? Okay, so this is going to be a challenging exploration for the simple fact because people that show up, women that show up in coaching, they don't show up with the ideal situations, okay? News alert. If anybody felt that I had the ideal clients who are only happy and they just want to grow even happier, that's 2% of my coaching clients. I wished it was more, but it's only 2%. 98% are the people that go through really tough situations, really not desired outcome, and they come to what? Improve and better navigate them. So this is the kind of workshop that I'm looking at right now. And it's a group workshop, so we're not going to focus on an individual situation. We're going to look at the patterns of situations, which you might also find yourself into at occasions, and how we strategically look at all possible situations, and the positive ones that we want to embody and we want to interact from. So this workshop is for the highly intellectual women, so my sapiosexuals. We are going to do practices, that's for sure. So we're going to do practices to relax, to unwind, to stay focused, to energize. And I am going to address also the role of doing daily practices, for sure. Because sexuality is, most of it is in what you live, and what you embody, and how you show up, and how you hold space for yourself, for your emotions, for your sensations, for all the charge that is in your body and in the other person's body. Okay? So practices are vital. I'm never going to give those up. But we're going to look at also the stuff that is outside of practices. Because practice, if it is done in the purest form, it will allow you to discharge a lot of the tension, pressure, so a lot of the hindrances to your eyesight, and you can look at situations better, and you can feel into, or at least see clearly into a situation, and really position yourself from the get-go or from as early as possible in the best way possible for you. I'm not giving a lot of information here because I truly invite you to come to that discussion. It's a 5-hour discussion. Ladies, those of you in Bucharest, those of you who can travel to Bucharest, come to Bucharest and really meet me at this event, get the experience, get the interaction. I'm not concerned that my audience, if it's just one foreign person and then the rest of us are going to be Romanian, I'm not concerned that the women that attend my workshops don't understand it, like truly. And if there's ever a problem, I can function as a translator. Also, my English skill is way above average, so I can definitely hold space for that. So do not let English, Romanian, whatever other language get in the way, okay? We have a lot of tools. Don't let that be the hindrance. Build up the courage. Take this Friday, August 12th off so that you can attend this event and bring your questions beforehand if you need to, so that I can better prepare with stuff that maybe you want to have answered also. There is going to be a Q&A section included, obviously, but any information way in advance is going to help me channel better the discussion for your needs also. Otherwise, if you cannot travel, remember that you can always take one-on-one coaching with me. I can't do too many of those. And until I can really build the platform where I can load, theoretical stuff more, I have practices. And they can, if you really stick to them for the long run, they can change in a beautiful way how you show up in your sexuality and in your erotic, how you embody your sensations, sometimes how you hold space for lack of them. That's also a skill. That's also needed. Man, I got stories, not just from my life, but also from when I got trained and the people that I work with. Our human experience really comprises it all. So failure, success, average performances and so on, all of it. And a truly transformed and empowered sexuality is how you show up and hold space no matter what happens. And that's not always easy. Let me tell you, nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. My teachers weren't perfect. My colleagues aren't perfect. So, nobody is. But we can always do the best we can with the resources that we've got. And we can always work on getting more and more resources. This workshop is definitely going to look at that. If you can't attend it, like I said, there are practices. The more people that support my Patreon page, the more I can start to fund more complex projects also. My YouTube channel, this is no secret, it hasn't been giving back. Like it really hasn't. I've been putting in a lot of resources here, but not getting so much back. Maybe I was not so good at designing it from the get-go. Maybe the topic was so challenging that I got, a lot of my videos cannot be monetized, pure and simple, because the topic is what it is. So I'm not going to fight with that. So the more you support my Patreon page, the more I can do more complex things, even if it's just here on YouTube, or if it's more complex programs that you can engage with. If you cannot come halfway across the planet to meet me in Romania, and I cannot come halfway across the planet in the United States or Canada or South America to meet you. So no worries, there are solutions. Check all of those out. If you can travel to Bucharest, Friday, August 12th in the morning, local time, we're engaging in a 5-hour workshop where we look at single women in their 30s and 40s, how they navigate all possible situations and how they hold space no matter what happens. Best power possible. Okay, otherwise, check out under this video. I'm going to put all the resources that I have, those that you resonate with, those that you can also afford. Engage with them. Take knowledge, like use my knowledge to get better, further ahead, to embody yourself better and position yourself in a better way, whatever that means for you and for your situation. So in a better way possible. Okay? So I'll see you in the next video. I send you peace, health, and take care of your nutrition, okay? And that being said, I'm gonna go to do my daily practice. I got my dry brush here. I got my muscle scraper. I'm in a 21-day binge of really, well, I got cellulite, so I gotta move it. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.